So, I'll give you another example. You remember when Mufasa was unalived in Lion King, he fell. His brother grabbed his hand and then he let him go. And then he saw Mufasa falling like this, right? That was the fall of Osiris. That's the fall of the divine masculine. He fell in frequency, and that made him become chaotic. And if you study the history of Osiris or the story of Osiris, you realize that Osiris fell and he became the lord of the underworld. This realm is the underworld, in case you don't know. The 3D reality, that's why there's so much war, there's so much violence, there's so much chaos. And as a divine masculine, if you do not heal yourself, you will become chaotic. Instead of you embodying the energy of Osiris, you will be embodying the energy of Set. Instead of you being like Mufasa, you'll be like Scar. And we all know what happened to Pride Rock when Scar took over. Pride Rock became a desert. There was no food. It was chaotic. Violence, the hyenas were going crazy. I'm going somewhere, just follow me. A healed divine masculine embodies the energy to divine feminine, which is healing. You think it's a joke? There's a reason why mothers are natural healers. Mothers are nurturers. They care, they pamper. They ask you, how are you? 20 million times a day. It's the same thing. As above, so below. Spiritually, we are all from source. And the first creation that came out of source was a feminine energy. She was the one who created masculine energy through a scientific process called parthenogenesis. You can go do your research on this, right? Parthenogenesis is a process whereby a woman can give birth without need of a man. I know how it sounds, but yeah, it's true. Do your research on it and get back to me, right? When Osiris fell, Isis did something. Set cut Osiris's body. She cut Osiris' body into, I think, 14 different pieces, or 14 or 16, and scattered it everywhere. And then Isis went and picked up these pieces, put them together to resurrect him. She resurrected him and then had a child for him. The child is Horus. The process where she took the parts of the body together, where she assembled them together and made Osiris whole again, that is the healing process. And when I say healing process, what I mean is that the average divine masculine is not healed because his mind has been fragmented from the fall. He can no longer connect to his higher self because he doesn't even know how. That's why you see we're going through a spiritual awakening right now. This Horus is symbolic to the Christ consciousness of the spiritual awakening that's happening today. And Isis is symbolic to the divine feminine energy that all creation came out of. Osiris is the embodiment of the divine masculine energy that fell in frequency to the underworld. And then Set is the embodiment of what made Osiris fall in frequency, which was like a DEATH. You know what I mean, right? But here's the thing. This is where Anubis comes in. Anubis is known to be in charge of transformation, meaning the whole DEATH to rebirth, death and rebirth. That's what Anubis is for, right? So what did Isis do? Isis embodied the help of both Anubis, Nephthys, which is another feminine energy that is in charge of transition from, the afterlife, and also the help of Thoth, which is in charge of wisdom in the creation or resurrection of Osiris, which is Horus. I know how this sounds confusing. Which is Horus. Now, this child in Lion King is who we all know as Simba. Simba is a representation of Horus. Just walk with me for a second. Simba, Horus, they are both son of God, which is Osiris, Mufasa. Right? So what Osiris and Mufasa fell from, Simba had to take it back up. He has to ascend with it now because they fell with it. So now he has to now pick up that fragmented part of his mind. He has to use the divine feminine energy to heal it. And when he's done healing it, he can now ascend. So a chief manifestor is the original state of a man. He is the healed version that is in alignment with his higher self, who is on a mission. And what mission is that? That is his purpose. Have you ever heard this, that a man without a purpose is not a man?